Artist Showcase with Tonya Michelle. Ooh, 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 yeah, la, 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 yeah, la, 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 yeah. Come on.
Good evening, and welcome to the Artist Showcase. I am your host, Tonya Michelle. Wow, it's finally Friday. It's nice out, 80-something degrees. Next week it's going to be winter. It's going back cold again. That's okay. It's hot in here because tonight I have my special guest, Mr. Charles Prophet, the saxophonist. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. You have been around for a very, very long time. And you and I, had previous interviews. We have so much fun. So much fun.
All the time.
Yes. Tell everyone, who is Charles Prophet?
Who is Charles Prophet? That's a good question. Charles Prophet is a saxophonist, obviously, a musician here from the city. I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm a brother, I'm a friend, all of that. Okay. Yeah, but I guess for purposes of this program, I'm a musician from the city here trying to do my thing.
Okay, all right. Gosh, so now do you come from a musical family at all?
No.
No. Okay.
I do have, my uncles. I have some. I was actually inspired to be a musician by my uncle Bruce, because he was a musician, but he wasn't necessarily, performing as a musician.
Okay.
Or at least I never saw him perform as a musician.
Okay.
I would go over his house and he had his drums set up, so I would play him. Because I would see him playing them. I'd be like, I can do that. So I would do that. So that's kind of how. That kind of got started for me as a young kid, but I wouldn't say I come from like a musical family,
Yeah, just because he wasn't in a band or anything.
I mean, I don't know. When I think of musical family, I think of people that I don't know. They kind of do it more often, Like it was more of kind of like an outlet, for him,
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm going to play one of your songs.
Okay.
I'm starting off early, and the reason being is that we have about 6 of them.
Okay.
And I want to be able to play all of them because I love them all.
Oh, nice.
The songs I'm going to play is off your CD, Love and Sax CD, which I love. I listened to that whole CD. It's just fire.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
For those who are just tuning in, I'm your host, Tonya Michelle. This is the Artist Showcase, and you are watching us on WJZZ Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Please be sure that you like, follow, share, and comment, and subscribe. Again, thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. I want to play, first off, one of my favorites. This is called For You. you. Just for all the folks out here that just got off work, you about to go home and sit and relax, get pour you a glass of wine or your favorite beverage. Mine is champagne or a glass of martini.
No, that's right.
You want to sit back and lay back and listen to Mr. Charles Prophet, the saxophonist here in Detroit. How did the song For You come about?
So I was so we wanted, before even, recording, I was trying to put it together a unit to go into the studio, and I wasn't having any success. So I think Jeff and I was on a gig together actually, and it's crazy because I can't remember whose gig we were on, but we were on someone's gig, and we were just talking, and I think I was telling him, I was trying to I want to do some recording, and I was just talking about my problem. He was like, "Oh, I can help you with that."
Okay.
So I was like, "Okay." So go home. I think like maybe the next day he sent me an email. Like he said, "I'm gonna email you." So he emailed me something the next day, and that was one of the songs, like as an idea, And when I heard it, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice." Yeah. Even like in a raw form, it still was like, "Yeah, this is nice."
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that came about. So that was like our first like interaction and like coming togetherness on that song For You.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. What made you say, or when did you realize, you know what, I want to play the sax. I'm going to pick up this instrument. This is what I want to play.
Well, I didn't necessarily have that moment.
Okay.
Kinda.
Okay.
So earlier I mentioned I started out I thought I was going to be a drummer. So when I got to 6th grade, there was an announcement, in the beginning of the school year, new school and everything. And there's an announcement that said, if you're interested in band, come down to the band room, and join the band. So I'm like, I've been playing these drums on my uncle's house. I'm about to go down here and join the band.
Right.
So after school, I run down there, and the band teacher at the time, his name is Damian Crutcher. Shout out to Damian Crutcher. He he's in there with 1,000 kids, and it's like kids everywhere. And I'm like, hey, I'm here to play the drums in the band. And he like, you got drums? I said, nah, my uncle do. I play over there. He was like, oh, okay. So he said, look, he's like, I got more than enough drummers right now. He was like, but why don't you look in there and see if there's something else you want to play? So I looked in there, and it was basically like 4 instruments. It was like flute, clarinet, trumpet, and saxophone. So I knew I wasn't going to play flute or clarinet, and not middle school, because I'm like, I already got enough instruments. I don't know. I guess in my mind, those just wasn't cool, right? So I was like, either it was going to be drums, it wasn't going to be trumpet, because I felt like my lips was too big to buzz into that mouthpiece. So I was like, it kind of left saxophone kind of like, and then after I thought about it, I think I went home and thought about it for like a day or two. And I was like, okay, yeah, maybe saxophone might be cool.
Right.
And so I'll go back, and then I'm like, okay, let's do the saxophone. So that's kind of how that is kind of like by default. Yeah.
So you started with the drums and then the sax, and that became your thing. You started to like it, and you said you felt comfortable. This is me.
Yeah, it was kind of like an instant thing. Like as soon as I started, it was just like this. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, I don't know. Like I don't necessarily want to say love at first sight type deal, but like once I started learning, it was just like, kind of like it.
And I always thought the sax was one of the sexiest instruments that's out there for me. I was Because you guys, when you're out there on stage, you know you got your thumbs here and you know your fingers or whatever. You're leaning in and leaning back, and
Yeah.
it's like you're personally playing for me. That's how I look at it when you guys leaning in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those, and it has a sexy sound to it.
Yeah, the saxophone is definitely a very, very unique instrument in just the way that it's perceived and, you know, just the dynamics of it that can, you know, you can control a room with it, you know. It's, you know, it's like it's definitely it's the probably one of the closer things to actually singing, you know, without actually singing, for sure.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Was it when you first picked up the saxophone? Now, was it hard to learn at all? Probably be more disciplined too. Lots of practice and things like that.
I mean, I was 11.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if I try to pick it up now, would it be easy? Probably not.
Yeah. Right.
But it wasn't. I don't want to say it was hard because it's just like this natural progression, and you learn and like I said, I learned in school, so you learn with a bunch of other people that can't play, or some people that can play a little bit better than you, but they're not that much better than you. So you all kind of growing together, and it's kind of like the community. It's like your musical community. You kind of come up together, you know.
Right.
So it's kind of it wasn't, but you know. You know, I don't know if I want to try. Maybe I shouldn't say it like that. You know, it would definitely take more focus trying to do it older than younger. You know, picking it up.
That's probably had to be a heavy instrument too. You're 9 years old.
Well, I started on alto, so you know, alto's a little smaller than tenor, so it wasn't as bad. Yeah.
Oh, so there's a difference.
Oh yeah.
And it's I didn't know.
It's a whole family of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now, see, for those who out there who wants to learn to play the sax, I didn't know there was different sizes, and you know, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a whole family from you know.
So you tried all of them?
Mezzo soprano all the way down to contrabass. No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
I've played the most popular ones. I think I've played soprano through Barry.
Okay.
Baritone.
Okay. Yeah, but I didn't even know that. Oh.
It's a whole family of them.
I didn't know that. I learn something new every day. Right?
See, that's why we're here.
All right. One last question before I go into the next song. What is your creative process, especially for that project, Love and Sax project?
Well, my creative process for that project was to let Jeff do his thing more so than anything. But you know, it's really creating is, you know, it's different for everybody. But a lot of times it can start with just a melody, or you can hear a bass line or a drum beat. You know, just kind of build around that, or you can hear something in one song and then take out and turn that to like a whole other song.
Oh yeah.
But you know, for me, especially with this project, you know, Jeff and I worked together a lot on, you know, everything. Okay. And Jeff was the writer on a lot of those songs, you know, even though, you know, I might have contributed here and there, but I mean, you know, Jeff was the main force behind a lot of that. You know, it's a lot of it's a talent to songwriting as well, you know what I mean? And that's an art in a something that you do, you know. It's like you don't just you know what I'm saying? You don't just start writing songs. It's, you know, it's something that you do. So if you're not a songwriter, you know, not that I can't write songs. I do write songs. I did write a song on this record as well. But you know, I wanted my songs to have a certain sound and to be polished. So I wanted them to, you know, I wanted them to be, you know, well received.
Right. Exactly. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Tonya Michelle, the Artist Showcase, and you are watching WJZZ Cool TV, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. please be sure that you go in and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Again, thank you for tuning in to the WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Thank you. Thank you for the engineers in the back. Changed my background. Appreciate you. Oh, I like that too. I think we'll keep that.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Can we keep that? Let's keep that. That's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Grinding in the Motor City. That's one of those songs. I'm driving down I-75, or I ain't driving down 94, so I'm not East Sider, but I-75, and you know I'm cruising, I'm chilling. This is one of those nights. This is a warm night, and this song would be something I would be playing with the drop top down, for real. This is Grinding in the Motor City. Oh my God. We're going to, and Charles is going to tell us, later on in the segment where you can find him on social media and where you can find his music. But yeah, Love and Sex CD. Yeah, the whole entire CD is fire. Not fire, fire.
Oh, thank you.
It is. You have an interesting story behind this, Grinding in the Morning. How did that come about?
So, and once again, shout out to Jeff Kennedy. He wrote this song, and he went in the studio, did it, and then I followed up and came in and laid my parts after the band, and we didn't necessarily have a name for the song initially. Mm-hmm. But as we complete a song, obviously I get the MP3 and I'll be listening to it, and as the record started becoming more complete, it started, I started, just getting this feeling from it, and a lot of times I listen to my music in my car on the way to work. So, early in the morning, I'm getting up, leaving out like 6:30 in the morning, riding up 75, and when that song come on, it's just like it just felt like it's just grinding my way,
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that name came about. Just me just grinding my way up 75 to work. I just felt like that was a song that. If you working every day, like this will just get you ready, and get you right there, like.
Right. Mm-hmm. First thing in the morning. Oh,
First thing in the morning.
About to go ahead and grind.
Oh yeah, we're gonna grind this day out. Let's go.
All right. Let's make it happen. It's Friday. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh
mm-hmm. Yeah. It's. I love that song. I love it.
Yeah, me too. That's one of my favorite songs off the project for sure.
For real.
Oh
okay.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a musician out here, or someone, I should say, someone that you wouldn't mind collaborating with? And if it's that one person, who would it be?
I don't know.
It's so many.
Yeah, are you just talking about? Are you talking about just
It could be local.
anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody?
Anybody. It could be local. It could be Stevie Wonder.
Okay, so I'll say it like this. I always love. This is like one of my favorite groups.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to be the sax player for Incognito.
Y'all listening out there, Incognito? We're gonna put that out there. This is what I do, guys. When I want to put that out there, we're gonna do this.
It's a couple, right? It's a couple. Like one would have been James Brown. I grew up listening to James Brown.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I would have loved that.
Yeah.
And my other would definitely be Incognito. It's just something about like I
can see you guys. Yeah, I can
that
see
positivity CD when that was like
All right.
so. But
Yes.
But yeah, if I had to name anybody, I'll probably just start right there. But I mean, I love. I have a lot of people here in this city that are so dope and talented. That I can just start there, and that's been on my mind too a little bit. I haven't necessarily like picked a person to start with per se, but I definitely been thinking about like who would it be. Like I haven't even been able to narrow it down just because there's so many. It's like,
so
where
many
would you,
talented
yeah,
people.
like where would you start? Like,
and it's true. That's why we call Motown, because we have so many talented musicians and artists, singers. That's here.
Mm-hmm.
So many different. So it's kind of hard to pick.
Oh yeah. It's some great vocalists here for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you remember? We're gonna take you all the way back.
Uh-oh.
Now it could be childhood. This could be your first time, professionally.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember the very first time you ever performed, and what was it like?
So I guess. I guess the very first time was in middle school. We would have our concerts and stuff like that, and I remember in sixth grade, we all walking out with our little instruments and stuff, and we play the regular stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Mr. Pritchard was playing some nice little pieces there. I can't remember the name of any of them now, but that was I remember those concerts being extra nervous.
Yeah.
Not too well. Yeah, very nervous.
Yeah. How did you come over your fear? Because that's got to be, especially if you started real young, you know what I'm saying?
So, fun fact, I had stage fright crazy.
Really?
Yeah. So it took a while to get over that fear or that nervousness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't look like me stage fright at all. Because you saw it going. It doesn't seem like it. But you're probably like me too. Yeah, I can be on stage and I could be nervous. You wouldn't. I'm telling you, you wouldn't know it.
I think it was the excitement of getting in front of people playing.
Okay.
Was more than the fear of not doing it or doing it.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay.
And I loved it so much. I just wanted to get up and do it more. Even though I was scared to death. I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I remember like some of my first gigs as a professional. I definitely was not a professional. Maybe I was in the technical sense of it, but I was not a good player at this time. But yeah, those first gigs were a ball of nervousness.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then eventually over the years, you got over it.
The
Eventually.
more comfortable you get doing your thing,
Mhm.
the less nervous you are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's for sure.
Mhm.
Shout out to Michael Pivot. Michael, if I'm saying your last name wrong, I'm so sorry. He says, "Hi, Mr. President Charles."
What up? What up? What up?
Thank
Mike
you.
Crib.
All right.
Some
Thank you for
amazing,
tuning in.
amazing artists here.
Okay.
We played together for a few years in a band, Big Will and the 360 Degrees Band.
Oh, okay.
An amazing guitarist here, and another amazing Detroit musician.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
Great
Michael.
guy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Michael, I have to reach out to you.
That's my brother, man. It's good. What's up, Mike?
Hey.
Miss you, man.
Rochelle Darlene Campbell. Such a pretty name. Rochelle Darlene Campbell. Welcome to
sweetheart.
the Artist Showcase. Thank you. She says, "I'm so proud of you, babe." Kisses.
Thanks, babe.
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you both. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure that you guys click like and share, and also comment. Thank you so much. Again, you're watching the Artist Showcase live here on WJZZ Cool TV. My guest tonight is Mr. Charles Prophet. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and
All right.
other top social media platforms. Please be sure that, again, that you like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And we are the coolest station in the world. I'm going to have a couple of announcements real quick before we go into our next song. Really quick for WJZZ. Let me pull this up real quick. For those of you who likes the Kentucky Derby, yes, WJZZ is throwing a day at the Races Kentucky Derby party that's happening Saturday, May 6th at 5 p.m. Please go on to WJZZ Detroit Jazz Radio Facebook page. The tickets you can get at Eventbrite. It is $75. The time again is Saturday, May 6th from 5 to 9. That does include dinner and concert. Yes. So you can't beat that for $75. It's going to be held at the Detroit Yacht Club. Okay, so be sure you get your tickets. Tickets are selling fast. Again, they're $75. You can get them on Eventbrite, or just go into WJZZ, Detroit Jazz Radio, Facebook page. You'll see the Kentucky Derby announcement there on the page, and be sure that you click on the link. Be sure the second and fourth Thursdays, we always have our intimate jazz night at St. Regis Hotel. That's going to be coming up really soon. So announcements for that pretty soon as far as who we're going to have as our guest. That's second and fourth Thursday at the St. Regis Hotel. Again, be sure that you keep up with that event coming up. Again, WJZZ Detroit Jazz Radio. You can follow that event and make sure that you get your tickets on Eventbrite. Awesome. I want to play Better Days.
Okay.
Another good one. Like I said, all the songs on there are pretty good. This is Better Days. This is off of the Love and Sax CD. Okay. Again, this is Charles Prophet, and this is Better Days. love that. Who's singing in the background?
That is Mr. Kenny Watson.
Oh, Kenny. Oh,
Kenny Watson. Yeah.
Why do you sound like Kenny Lattimore a little bit?
Hey.
He sounds like a little, just a
Another
little
great,
bit.
another great artist from the city of Detroit.
Oh my God! See how much talent we got. So much talent. Look at all these names you're throwing out at me that I got to get on the show.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Kenny Watson.
So
Great
many.
people. Great people. Oh yeah.
Great voice too.
Mhm.
Great voice.
Amazing voice.
Mhm.
And amazing talent. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Better Days. Tell me a little bit about that and how they came together.
So, Jeff and I, we were, still collaborating at that moment, and he said, hey, I got a song. So he said, I got a song that I didn't do, that I did for a project, but I didn't use it.
Mhm.
He's like, I want to see if you might want to use it for this project. He's like, I think it's a great song.
Mhm.
And so he sends that, and of course I loved it, and then we did it, and then that's how that happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, for whatever reason, it didn't make his project, and I'm very thankful. And,
Okay.
it was amazing. Yeah.
Mhm. Better Days.
Better Days.
Yes.
Written by Mr. Jeff Kennedy,
Love it.
producer to the stars.
All right. When your CD, when you complete your CD and everything is complete, does it ever cross your mind as to, wow, I wonder what my fans are gonna think about this CD?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I couldn't even sleep at night.
Right.
So what they was gonna think about it? I was like, "What you think?" I'm
Right.
asking people like, "Is this all right?"
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a little bit of anxiety with that. Wondering if people are gonna enjoy it or how it's gonna be perceived and received, and listen. A lot of listening and tweaking and remixing and remastering and
Yeah.
a lot of that going into it. Until just you release it and then but the key is just releasing it. People gonna say what they gonna say about it.
That's true.
I mean, I think as musicians, we, a lot of times we turn to perfectionists, especially when you, I don't know about anybody else, but I know when I hear myself back, I'm like, is that what I sound like? Almost like when you hear your voice recorded,
Yeah.
you hear yourself back, you're like, that's how I sound? It's kind of like the same thing, and I'm like, it's a lot of, listening, redoing,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a lot of worrying about what people were going to say or think. But, once again, like I said, just put that bad boy out.
Yeah.
It's going to do what it's going to do. The people that's going to love it, going to love it. The people that's going to hate it, going to hate it.
And that's true, because I hate to hear myself on the radio. Because I laugh so much, and and I giggle so much, and it just comes out. I just like to laugh.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes you do get to that point.
And a lot of times we're our own worst critic.
Yeah.
People are gonna love you just the way you are, and just
Even when I'm acting, I'm on film, and they they'll show me the clip. I don't like that. Why do you have me on? Why do you have my face on close-up? I hate close-ups in my films. I hate it. And all these directors out here let you know right now. I don't like the close-ups.
I hear you.
But yeah, you are your worst critic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then who cares people think? It's my music, and you like it or love it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you want it to be well perceived and received.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's like, it's just an opportunity to come back and do something else. They didn't like this one. Okay, well, hold on, I got something else for y'all. Wait a minute. You just gotta keep at it. They gonna like one of them.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I love the whole CD.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out all right.
Yeah, Mike Milliner. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. He said,
Mike.
Chuck, my guy. Nice.
Oh, man. Another one of my brothers I haven't seen in a while, man. Good to hear from you.
Yay. Thank you, Mike, for tuning in to the Artist Showcase. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Again, Michael, is it Prive or Privet?
Privet.
Privet.
Yes.
Michael Privet, again, thank you. And Rochelle, I'm sorry, Rochelle, I have to say your name, the whole name, because it's so pretty. Rochelle Darlene Campbell, thank you again for tuning in to the Artist Showcase. We really appreciate you three turning in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Again, you are watching the Artist Showcase live streaming on Facebook on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest TV station in the world. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Again, please be sure that you like, share it, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Saturday nights. Another good one that I really like. This one, I don't know what this reminds me of, but I do like this one. I do like this one. This is another one of Charles' song from the Love and Sax CD. This is Saturday Nights. Saturday nights.
Oh yeah.
Those Saturday nights though.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, tell me a little bit about that song and how that came together. How did it come together?
So this is actually a song I wrote. I had a little tune in my head, and this is kind of like midway through. I'm kind of like in the midway through the process of me and Jeff collaborating on this record, and I think I sent him. Or was this the beginning? I can't remember right now, but this is definitely kind of like in the beginning, towards the middle of the process. I was working on. I had like a little melody and stuff in my head. I kind of put it together and I sent it to Jeff, and I'm like, let me know what you think about this. How you like this? Mm-hmm. And I think a day went by, another day went by, another day went by. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, if you didn't like the song, you can just tell me. Just tell me if you don't like the song, Jeff.
Right.
And so he was like, oh no. He was like, I must have been feeling it because I did a little something, and then so he sent me a song back, and so when I was listening to it, I'm like, and then listening to my song, I'm like, so he like took my idea and turned it into a song. So my idea sounded like that, but when he got done with it, it was like that. And I'm listening, I'm like, why does it sound? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's nice.
He put his own little twist to it and kind of added some, yeah.
He turned it into a song. I had an idea. I kind of had like a frame. And he turned it into a whole house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I gotta finish this side.
Yeah, he was like, I got it. And that's what I was referring to earlier. Like it's an art to songwriting. You gotta know how to put everything together. And, I learned a lot from Jeff and just doing this whole process.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's how that came about. Yeah.
And speaking of that, let's touch on how the journey's been like for you so far. I mean, you've been doing this since 11 years old. What has the journey been like for you?
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've learned a lot, seen a lot. I haven't toured much internationally, but I've definitely toured nationally. I've been all over the country. I got a chance to see a lot of spots that, I never would have seen had I not been, a musician.
Yeah.
I got to meet a lot of people. I've met people all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
Some people I still get a chance to see, on Facebook and stuff, and then got married and, had kids and did this and did that. And, I've, made brothers from, other, states and stuff. I got, extended family now in Chicago. And, it's been amazing. Being a musician is I guess, anytime you're a part of a community, you have your people that you learn from, you grow with and things like that. But I mean, I don't know. There's just something about being a musician. I haven't had that kind of camaraderie and experience doing anything else. So I would suggest it.
There's, and I love to ask artists this question. I think I've asked you this question before in a previous interview. In this business, it is tough. There are some pros and cons, and we just talked about a little bit about your journey and how it's been in the industry. For those who wants to become a musician, tell them out there, what are the pros and cons in this business? It doesn't necessarily have to be what you've encountered or anything like that. But what do you think the pros and cons getting into this business?
Well, the pros and cons with the music business is the music business can be very vague at times, and a lot of your success can hinge on the opportunities that you make and the opportunities that others bestow upon you. So, I mean, just like this, if it wasn't, for you allowing me to be on your platform, I would not be here. This was the opportunity that I received from you that I'm very grateful for.
Wow.
And as you grow in stature, you get those opportunities and you try to make on them. So. Some of the pros are, you get to, meet people, you get to travel, you get to do something that you love. Hopefully you love it. If you're doing this, hopefully you love it.
Yeah.
You can make amazing money, depending on where you at. You can, I mean, there's a lot of pros to it. I mean, and the cons are, I don't even know if they're necessarily cons. I mean, I think it's just things that you have to deal with in any type of business or society or any part of life that you deal with. I mean, there's always going to be shady individuals or individuals that may not have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that, if you want to be a musician and be a part of the music business, then that needs to be your business.
Yeah.
And you need to be very clear on where your lane is and how you're gonna, what you're gonna do to earn a living, because it's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
And anytime you have your passion tied up with something, if it doesn't work out the way you think it should or the way you want it to, you can come, discouraged about it and kind of lose your passion for it.
Yeah.
So you just always have to be, positive and mindful about what the overall goal is, and just realize that it's a journey. And you just gotta take it one step at a time. You can't get discouraged. You can always take a step back, or if you want to take a change of direction, you take a change of direction. But you gotta have I mean, it's people that do it. You just gotta You know.
Just stay encouraged. Yeah,
You gotta
keep
do
going.
it. Yeah. It's
Gotta
not
have
for the
passion
faint of
for
heart.
it.
Yeah. I mean, even successful people who feel like they're successful, you know, they struggle too. Everybody's
Yeah.
struggling in business.
Mhm.
It's the business.
Mhm.
It ain't for the faint of heart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
And you gotta do your research too.
You gotta do your research. Yeah. It's the more you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I always say no more than the other person.
Yeah, and you gotta have
Yeah.
and you gotta have good people around you
That is so
and
true.
working with you and for you and have you gotta have access to people that because you can't know everything like
Yeah.
and it's just like you just can't be a great musician and you know what I'm saying you can be a great musician and a great businessman for but you know you're not gonna be great. It's like you're not gonna know all the publishing and you're not gonna know all of the business management. You ain't gonna be able to do all of this and all of that. You know, some stuff you gotta delegate to other people so you can focus on what you do. You know, so you gotta have good people around you so you can succeed if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah. That's good advice too. Definitely have to have good people around you. Yeah.
And you gotta make good contacts too. Even musician I mean, depending on where you're trying to go. I mean, if you're trying to, you know, rub elbows with the who's who, you gotta get out there and try to make those connections.
Sometimes you got the who's who don't want to share their experiences and things like that either. Sometimes they just hush hush.
Yeah, it's a lot of that too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that too.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll get that too. You know, somebody will think you cool and kick it with you. You know, just because the first 10, 20, 100 people might turn you down.
Yeah.
That's part of the business.
It is, yeah.
You got to be able to persevere. It might take 2 years. It takes some people 10 minutes. It takes some people 10 years. You know, everybody's journey different.
That's right. That's right. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. Love and Sax. Love and Sax. This is featured. I said his name wrong the last time. It's Ali.
Oh yeah.
Ali.
Yeah.
Ali, right?
Yeah.
This is Love and Sax featuring what is his last name?
Well,
His
name is Alice. Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper. Okay,
Yes.
I can't even see it on here. It's not coming up for me. Yes. Let's listen. Take a listen to Love and Sax. How did that come about?
So this was another song Jeff had in his vault. I believe he had did this for someone else, and they never followed through, or I'm not sure if they weren't interested in it, or maybe they just they didn't have use for it at the time. But he was like, I got this song, let's try it out, and it was definitely I I was like, man, this boy got some hits over here.
Right.
So yeah, so I was very, you know, very surprised that someone would let that slide by. So I scooped that on up and took it on to the touchdown.
So I said, took it to the touchdown,
Yeah,
right?
touchdown, that one.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. Wow. I'm gonna play one more song before we go. The time just flies, and gosh, I hate that because you're so much fun, and I love interviewing you. Really quick though, any shows coming up anytime soon, or?
So yeah, I'm actually going to be a part of the Take 5 Jazz Series. We're going to be down at the Aretha's Jazz Cafe.
Okay.
That is going to be in May.
Okay.
Monday, May 1st.
Okay.
Tickets are available. If they check out my social media, they'll be able to get that link. You can also go to Eventbrite and search Take 5. Tickets are being sold now.
Okay.
Once again, it's I'm on the show with quite a few other amazing Detroit artists here.
Okay.
Actually, Jeff is going to be part of the band, Jeff Kennedy.
Okay.
Peanut's going to be leading the band with James Shelton, and we got a couple of other artists. I know Smoke Jones is going to be singing some tunes on there. And I think we got Alan Denard on there with us again. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great show. I hope if you're available that Monday evening, you can come on out, have a good time. It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I am getting ready to play, right before I play this last song, I promised this young lady that I was going to shout out her son. His name is Chef Chris, and I forgot to mention him on my last show.
Mm-hmm.
But tomorrow at noon, his name is Chef Chris. He is selling dinners as lump crab stuffed salmon. He has his own business, catering business. Tomorrow he's having loaded mashed potatoes, yellow rice, teriyaki, veggies, garlic broccoli. But he does catering. If you need an event catered, please call Chef Chris. Please call him. He is available. It's 313-285-6719. That's Chef Chris. The caterer, 313-285-6719. If you have any special events coming up, weddings, he is available, and his food is delicious.
Everybody hungry now.
Yes. Delicious. This is another single from Charles Prophet's CD from the Love Sax CD. This is Extremely Sexified. Is that right? Yeah.
Extremely saxifying.
Saxifying. Yeah. Ooh. All right. can they find you on social media?
Well, you can go to my website, charlesprophetjr.com. That'll get you access to all my other sites. I'm on Facebook as Charles Prophet Jr. I'm on Instagram as C Prophet Jr. But I'm sure if you put in Charles Prophet Jr., I'll still come up. And of course, I'm on all of your streaming and music outlets. If you search Charles Prophet Jr. and Love and Sex.
All right. Thank you so much, Charles Prophet, for coming on to the Artist Showcase. I appreciate you. I appreciate all my listeners, Michael, Rochelle, and Mike. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Artist Showcase. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to WJZZ Cool TV. Make sure you get those tickets to the Kentucky Derby party that we're throwing on Saturday, May 6th. Those tickets are $75. You can get them from Eventbrite. Please visit our page, WJZZ Detroit Radio, to pick up those tickets. It doesn't stop here. We got WJZZ, the music's playing 24/7. Be sure to tune in to some nice jazz. It's a nice hot summer night. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week. Awesome.
All right, we clear?
We are